everybody. It's Lisa, and welcome to Living Life with Lisa. And today I just left rehab, and I'm using a TENS unit on my back because the fun Monday that we went bowling and go-karting and arcading really did a number on my back, but you know what, it's worth it because we had a good time and I have back problems anyway, so why not, at least if it's gonna hurt, be for a good cause, right? But anyway, I had a topic today, and I will tell you what that topic is in a little bit because I actually forgot. I really feel that I need more help than what I'm admitting that I need. I don't want full-time help because I don't like full-time help because I feel like they gotta follow me everywhere, and I don't want to be followed everywhere I go. I don't want a shadow. I've got kids. That's a shadow enough. I mean, I'm getting ready in the morning. I'll come get dressed in the living room if I'm in the living room. And today I went out to the garage with one because one was afraid to go out to the garage. They're afraid to go out to the garage by themselves. Went out to get something out of the van. I went out to the garage with him and was following me to the garage. Finished getting ready for school. And, you know, I already have dogs and cats that are following me endlessly, and I got boys that are following me around and can't do anything unless I'm watching them because for some reason it's easier to tie your shoe if mom's in the room than it is to tie your shoe if mom's not in the room. So, you know, to have a caregiver that's hovering over me too, I get it. I get that I need the help, but I don't need the attention. You know, it's just, I don't know if I could take one more person follow me around and asking me questions and whatnot. So I don't know, and I gotta find an agency. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call around and interview people and find out if they know about dementia and that kind of thing before I pick one and go that route because I got burned the last time, and I'm not going to get burned again. But I'll let you go right now. I got to go find costume at Goodwill, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay. I got something to talk about. Let's talk about brain fog and getting confused. I've always been good at making homemade Halloween costumes, and Halloween's coming up. It snuck up on me by I didn't realize this weekend. And also another problem with early on dementia, even in the early stages, we tend to repeat ourselves. So I probably already said this, but anyway, so I got two of them. Well, I have two of them sort of ready. It's up to them now. The third one, thought I had all this time, and I didn't have any time at all. I didn't realize it was this weekend. And he wants to go as the dark one from Once Upon a Time, and it's pretty elaborate. So I just went to Goodwill, and I had a picture of a guy that made a costume, and the lady in there helped me put it together, and my brain, it was like I was on a 3-day drunk trying to act like I wasn't and trying to figure out this costume, and I couldn't. So luckily the lady that was working there, I showed her the picture and explained to her what we were trying to do, and she helped me, and I think we got it all except for the makeup, and I can YouTube the makeup. So that's good because the costume was really hard, but we found at Goodwill at Goodwill, we found all the important parts of it, of the costume. And so, yay, that's done, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. And didn't cost hardly anything because we got it at the Goodwill store. So I marked that down as success. I have to go to Goshen now. Like I said, but the brain fog, it's kind of like I want to explain my brain, and it's kind of like there's these black curtains that are dropped down inside there. If you can think of that as a bunch of rooms and black curtains are dropping down. And it used to be easy to go from one room to the other, and you could always look and see what's over there and look what's over there and figure that out. And now there's big heavy black curtains there, and you have to actually get in there and move the curtains around and get in there and look for stuff, and the lighting's not as good as it used to be, and it's harder to find things. And it's not, I'm not saying they're not still there, because I think they are. If they're not, then I don't know that they're not there. I don't miss them yet, but anyway, but it's kind of like moving all these curtains around and taking the creative part and trying to make it work, and putting all these abstract pieces together to make it look like something in particular is like on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest and 1 being, oh, this is no big deal. Used to could do that at about a 5, 6 sometimes. That was a 12. I mean, and luckily this woman, I mean, she was putting it together, and the more she put it together, the more it looked like what I was wanting. And thank goodness for her. But the fog is frustrating, to say the least. I talked with my speech pathologist today, just chatting. I didn't meet with her, and told her that about hopefully starting the group in January, and she's excited about it and wants me to let her know if we have it, so that she can steer people that way that she knows that are in the early stages and need help. She said, because she said this area is overlooked, and it's needed. And yes, it is needed. I agree. Lifeplex, one that everybody's telling me how they had one down there and nobody showed up to. She didn't know anything about it either. And we live in the town. I go over to Lifeplex often, and I've never seen a sign. I didn't know they had a group over there for caregivers. So you can't complain that nobody shows up for something when you don't advertise it, when nobody knows about it. You know, I could say, well, I'm going to have a group at my house tonight at 6 o'clock. And then I don't tell anybody, nobody shows up. I said, well, that just shows there's a lack of interest because nobody showed up. Well, no, it doesn't. It shows that I didn't tell anybody that I was having a meeting at 6 o'clock. So, I don't know. I think it's a bunch of people trying to do good, but not thinking it through all the way. Either not thinking it through all the way, or just doing it half-assed. I don't know. And then I am going to go to my first band booster meeting in my adult life as not the band director, as a mama. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, because that will be a way for me to get out and not isolate, get to know the people and the other parents, band parents, and not have the stress of being the director, and being in the meetings and knowing what's going on. I probably have to record it because Lord knows I won't remember it. It doesn't even start till 7. But I'm going to do that, and I'm going to just consider that one of my outings where I get to get out and get with people without with adult people on a regular basis. That meets once a month. And what's funny is a lot of the band parents now are students I had when I taught band. So anytime I show up, they like to reminisce over what we did. Well, apparently I need you on to drive right. I just got my first speeding ticket in my entire life. But it's okay, because I was thinking about some things that I read in MRI report about them taking, no, not the one I'm taking tomorrow, but they gave me the head one and the neck one. And so I read the head one because everybody kept telling me it was normal, and it's not. By normal, they meant there was no cancer, there was no bleed, there is no tumor, but there is moderate shrinkage. And so why they can't say that is the reason I have dementia. I don't know why they didn't say that. I don't know if they assume everybody knows that. I don't know if what, why you would leave that part out. Because obviously, if I'm trying to talk them out of calling it dementia, if my MRI is normal, don't you think it would be to their benefit to say, well, it showed some shrinkage? You know, at least then it makes sense to me. I hate the thought that my brain is shrinking. You know, I don't know. There's nothing you can do to stop it. I mean, it really is happening. And I know that I already came to terms with it, but you know, my goodness, the protein, instead of there being a plaque on there's things missing. The proteins that make the neurons fire are gone, and so my neurons are not firing in all cylinders. So I'm wondering, I have a holistic doctor that I really think the world of, and I'm going to call and make an appointment with him and talk to him and see if he thinks that hyperbaric chamber treatments would help or anything like that, because you know, I gotta get these kids raised, and I just don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it that far. If at my age I already have the brain and shrinkage of somebody in their 80s, you know, that's not a good thing. It's just kind of scary. And go back to speeding ticket. Don't worry about it. Because I have a clean record and have had, you know, knock wood, I've never had an accident. I've never had a speeding ticket. I'm 53 years old, and this is the very first time I've gotten one. And I was nothing but pleasant through the whole thing, and was asking for his help because I was confused about my registration. He said it wasn't the right registration, and I don't know what in the world's the right registration, but he said it wasn't a big deal, that it didn't matter. But it matters to me because I pay like $100 and some a year for it, so the least they can do is give me the registration. Anyway, that's beside the point. So he gave me a slip that I call this number, and I can't do anything till Monday because it has to go through 4 days. But he gave me this slip, and I call that, and it's kind of like a freebie. And if I go 6 months without getting another ticket, which I think I can probably do, knock wood, then this ticket is wiped off. Insurance doesn't know about it. It's not on my record, nothing. And I'm going to do that. It's just a ticket forgiveness program for good drivers. And so I think he was trying really hard to play the nice guy, to give me a break, but I didn't see him sitting there clocking me. I was busy thinking about that MRI report, and I was busy looking at the clock because my dad should be out of surgery, and I'm just thinking about if he's tried to call my house yet to tell me and what they found out, and if he'd be willing to look at other options if they suggest chemo. And I was going through all that stuff in my head, and apparently I didn't have cruise on, and I was going 70, and I flew by him on 70, and he said, I was hoping you'd slow down after you saw me. He said, but you kept going 70. And he said, at one point you even were at 71, but I'm only writing it for 70. He said, are you in a hurry to get somewhere? And I said, no. No, I'm just trying to get home. And I mean, he was really pleasant. And then since I was asking questions about the registration, he asked permission to look in my glove compartment, see if he could find it. And he looked, and he said, it's not here. And he said, don't worry about it. You're not going to get in trouble for it. It just can't use it because it doesn't have a plate number on it. And he said, you'll get a new one in May anyway. Just wait till you get the new one in May. So, I mean, he was real pleasant and real nice about the whole thing. So, he was in the right, I was in the wrong. No biggie. Just glad I wasn't filming at the time. Because that would have been a little embarrassing. But anyway, welcome to my day. But those kind of things don't get to me too much. I speed a lot, so to get caught is, you know, it was bound to happen at some point in my life. So it's alright. And then I'll do this forgiveness thing, and it won't even be a big deal. It'll be like it never happened. But brain shrinkage is a big deal. And it concerns me, and I don't know what to do about it. And you know how I said that one day I found out I had dementia and my head tingled? Now my head tingles today after finding out that my brain is shrinking. It makes my head tingle. And I know that's psychosomatic because my don't normally feel your brain, but I think it's just because I'm aware of it. It's like all of a sudden I'm aware that brain's there and something's not right with it. But it's the same sensation I had when I was told I had dementia. So I don't know, I consider that kind of bad news. But anyway, the neck doesn't sound as serious as what everybody's making it out to be anyway. So hopefully I won't have to have neck surgery. I'm hoping they say, well, you just anti-inflammatories or something, you know. I don't know what you do with it. but find out tomorrow, won't we? So I'm finally home sweet home, and I'm probably not going to get back on here today because there's too much going on tonight. So everybody have a good evening, and remember to live life to the fullest, even if it means getting speeding tickets. And also live life with no regrets. We'll see you later. Bye bye.